All right, Halloween isn't for everyone in the family, and that may include your pet. Tom Dock for Noah's Animal Hospitals joins us. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Tracy?
I'm well. I hope you're well, too. But these numbers just startle me every year. Millions of dollars spent on Halloween just for the pets.
Just for the pets. Yeah, that the Facebook question that's up there, how many people are going to dress up their pets in costumes? And I think this is something that we do need to talk about, not only because it's such a, fantastic thing that people want to do, but let's do it safely. Let's make sure that there's no constriction, that your pet can breathe in it. And you know what? If they don't like the costume, take it off. They can do Halloween in their birthday suit.
Okay. Oh, and they're going to let you know, right? What sort of action should we be looking for? The dog's tugging at it, pulling at it, chewing at it?
Yeah, absolutely. All of the above. So biting at it, trying to pull it off, rolling, doing that alligator roll. How do I get this off? I've tried for years to put deer antlers, those fake antlers on my Mastiffs, and it lasts about 3 seconds. They shake their head and it's going to come off. So, just pay attention to their body language. They're going to let you know. Some dogs love it. My dogs love putting their Indy 11 jerseys on. Other dogs, not so much. So just let them let you know.
And the people costumes, that could be confusing. They can't put two and two together. They don't exactly know what Halloween is, so they're just seeing something new and odd and perhaps scary.
Exactly. And so we know that our pets, a lot of what they sense the world in is going to be smell. And so they can smell you, but you don't necessarily look the same if you've got a mask on. And certainly they've seen us all in masks recently, but these are full facial masks, or it changes your body shape, like you dress up as a refrigerator or a Barbie doll box or something. That's confusing to them. And so they smell it and go, that's dad, but oh, maybe not. And that can cause a little bit of anxious behavior. And we know when they get anxious, they might get fearful. And when they get fearful, that's when we worry that they might lash out.
Okay. Well, and there's other sensory overload too. We're talking about the front door opening, closing, doorbells, people chanting trick or treat, music.
And it'll remain to see what happens this year. I don't know where everybody's at with the whole trick or treat thing, but it is a continual problem. So even if you've got your dog, say, outside and you're handing out treats at the end of the driveway, there's a lot of commotion going on. This is, your dog's area, territory, if you want to say it. And now you've got weird looking ghosts and ghouls and all sorts of things coming up. You can have a real well-behaved dog that might not act that way during Halloween. There's just so much going on. Sensory overload was a good word.
And thank you. And this holiday has gotten huge in like the last 20 years. It's starting to compete with Christmas in terms of people going all out with decorations. Those have their own potential problems too, right?
Right. There's the spider web things that kind of look like, string, and we know how cats like to play with string. They might accidentally swallow that. The pumpkins, while pumpkin can be okay for dogs, you don't want them eating a whole lot of it. And there are dogs that will just gobble up the pumpkin. But if you're using, candles to light inside the pumpkins and they knock them over, that could be problematic as well. So just make sure your pets stay away from those decorations.
And of course, we have to talk about the things that are going to come in the bags, the goodie bags that are going to, either be handed out or coming back in the house. If you have little ones that are trick-or-treating and you're comfortable with that, we have to have these reminders every year about what gets ingested.
Oh, we will get chocolate ingestion at our emergency hospitals, really even starting this week before Halloween. Because, you've got trunk or treats going on. The kids are coming in, they're trading everything's spread out on the floor. And your dog's going to be naturally curious. Thankfully, our cats don't have too much of a sweet tooth, but chocolate is very toxic for our dogs. Now, certain types, milk chocolate is better than dark chocolate, but still, any time that your pet ingests any kind of chocolate, call your veterinarian, call the local emergency hospital and say, hey, is this something that I need to bring my pet in for?
And not even just chocolate, right? I mean, some of these artificial sweeteners are potentially deadly.
Xylitol, that's a really good point. So we talked about xylitol previously in peanut butter, because people use peanut butter treats often, and xylitol can lower a dog's blood sugar just instantaneously, putting them into a crisis. It can also potentially cause some liver damage. So you've got the xylitol treats that people might be handing out, gums. I hope nobody's handing out toothpaste, but xylitol's in toothpaste. Lollipops that have the sticks, the aluminum foil, all of this can become a foreign body in the stomach and it might not cause an obstruction, but it certainly can cause enough irritation that you're going to have a vomiting dog. They're trying to bring that back up. And then, of course, it's a trip to the ER or to your veterinarian.
And this is well, something we should be wary of year round, but we're sort of starting the whole season for this because we're going to go straight into Thanksgiving where people have, platters of food to nosh on, then straight into Christmas with all the same things. So we just have to be extra careful, right?
Absolutely. There's so many things that we want to watch at this time of year, from the Halloween candies all the way through, the New Year's celebrations with alcohol and all those kind of things. This season, pay attention to your pet. If you've got people coming over, let them know what the rules of the house are. This is what my dog gets. This is what he cannot absolutely have. Sometimes it's even better just to let that pet have a quiet place all of their own during this time of year.
I'd like one of those myself. Thank you so much, Tom. Appreciate it. NoHospitals.com. We'll put the link on IndyStyle.tv. Happy Halloween to you and yours.
You too.
All right, Amber?
Yeah, good tips. Establish those rules right at the very beginning. Okay.